Hey everyone, I'm getting ready to start my day, and I was just really thinking about, again, how the Lord had taken away another fear of mine. There was a fear I had when I first moved here to the south of the highways. I thought I couldn't see. I was convinced I was night blind. And those of you who knew me in Colorado and California, I definitely didn't have any fear of that before, but moving here to Alabama, I was afraid of the drivers. I was afraid that I couldn't shift fast enough. I had all these lies that were kind of embedded in my mind that just weren't true. Very odd thing just here in Alabama. So when I first started walking with the Lord, I was starting to pray to Him a little bit more, and asking for things, more bold things. And so I wanted to travel with Him and do things with Him, but I was also afraid of the car, afraid of driving. And so one day, I remember it was about sunset, and it was in the summer, it was in the very beginning again, and the Lord said, get in the car and go drive to Walmart. And Walmart's about 35 minutes away, gotta go onto the highway. There's no lights. It's pretty much twilight. In a few minutes, it was going to be twilight. I was like, look, I'm night blind. I can't do it. He's like, trust me. It's like, okay, if my husband says yes, then I know it's you telling me to do this, because this is really not safe, right? Because I'm thinking I'm night blind. I should not be driving. And so I call Robert, and then Robert says, yeah, sure, whatever, go ahead. And I'm like, are you serious? Because he knows what's going on. He doesn't feel comfortable with me driving at night. And so I was like, all right, well, I kind of said I'd do it. So I guess this is all God, because my husband's saying yes. That's just odd. So, okay. All right, I'm going. So I drove, and I turned on the music and started singing like I always do. And I felt at peace. He put peace over me, and all of a sudden I'm at Walmart, and I made it, and I didn't have any issues seeing. I didn't have that stigmatism thing, like where the lights kind of look like they're blurry. Taillights look like there's like strings of light everywhere, and it makes it hard to see. I didn't have any of that. So I got into Walmart, and then Robert calls. He's like, I don't know what got into me. Do not drive to Walmart. And I was like, I'm already here. He's like, what? Do you need me to get you? And I was like, no, I'm good. I made it. I'm shopping. I'll be home in a little bit, whatever. And after that, I never had fear of driving again. No fear. I prayed over the highways for a few months. I prayed over myself in the highways, and just, Psalm 91 and calling down the angels, saying, that there's going to be order of the kingdom basically on the highways of all the vehicles around me. And I noticed that there weren't really any accidents happening around me. There wasn't anything wild happening. Everything was just kind of orderly, like I was praying for. So my prayers are being answered. Psalm 91 is true, and I started getting more aligned with the fact that God's word is God's word, and it is true, and we are protected. And so I didn't have that fear anymore of driving like I once did. I keep eating my hair. I don't have that fear anymore. And the coolest part about all of that is not long after that, he had me on the road driving. I don't know, I think the first trip that we did was, we as in he and I, was 4,000 miles or something, by myself on the road. And that's another story. But, he's got me all over. I guess it's backwards in the video, but he's got me all over this country with things that he puts in my head of what to write down on my car, and it touches people all the time. They say it's exactly what they needed to hear, what they needed to see. I get people honking, people enjoy it. I'm sure there's people that it offends. I have had a few people it has offended. It is what it is. But this vehicle has been used. It has been, I call it the Holy Roller. I roll around in it. People in Alabama have probably seen me driving around in it. It's just what I do. It's what the Lord and I do together, and it's just fun. So that was the blessing of the day that I wanted to talk about. If I didn't have this vehicle, there would be so many things that I didn't do with the Lord if I didn't have that fear taken away. So that's one of the first things He rooted out of me, and it was so instant. It was so instantaneous. I just didn't have fear ever again. So if you have fear in anything, take it to the Lord. And remember Psalm 91, like all of Psalm 91. Just speak it over yourself every day, because it's true. Every single bit of it is true. And that's pretty much how I walk every day, is in God's word, and just knowing that he is who he says he is. He doesn't go back on his word. The world tells us to believe otherwise, but we're not to be of this world. So always look at the word, because it is your strength. Our God is our strength. So I just wanted to encourage you guys with that today. I got to get going. Maybe you'll see me on the road with whatever I have written on it. I might change it. I don't know. I'm going to pray about it. But anyway, have a blessed day. See you guys.